My name is Samuel Barrett, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to our 2-year project entitled Safeguarding Biodiversity and Species Abundance in Corozal Bay Wildlife Sanctuary. The long-term goal of our project prioritises the financial sustainable management of Corozal Bay Wildlife Sanctuary. Without financial sustainability, management outputs cannot be maintained and losses in biodiversity are inevitable. Therefore, the purpose of our project will be to increase the management effectiveness score of Corozal Bay Wildlife Sanctuary. Management effectiveness evaluations provide a standardized methodology to evaluate protected area management outputs, and therefore can be utilized here as a reliable metric to capture the impact of this project's objectives in the short to medium term. Our project has 3 specific objectives. Outputs under Objective 1 will see the improved protection of biodiversity by generating high-quality data to inform adaptive management in Corozal Bay. Outputs under Objective 2 will see the full implementation of an endorsed sustainable fishery plan for the traditional beach trout fishery in Corozal Bay. And outputs under Objective 3 will strengthen existing financial sustainability mechanisms that will be essential to ensure the long-term sustainability of this project's outcomes and impacts. All projects start with a problem to be addressed. For us, this problem has been a challenge since our incorporation, and this challenge grows each year. That is, securing the funding required annually to improve our presence and outputs in Corozal Bay. Therefore, since 2018, we have been striving to establish a viable revenue-generating mechanism that will support and facilitate our operations within the MPA, safeguard biodiversity and traditional stakeholder livelihoods, and reduce our unsustainable reliance on donations and grants. This is to be achieved through 3 objectives. Objective 1 is to ensure that high-quality MPA monitoring and enforcement data is available to inform adaptive management decisions for the protection of biodiversity in Corozal Bay through April 2025. This will be achieved in 2 ways. We will strengthen our enforcement presence in Corozal Bay by hiring additional staff and implementing a more diverse and less predictable patrol schedule in Corozal Bay that will be vital to tackle the increase in illegal gillnet use currently experienced in the protected area. We will also expand the current monitoring of our species conservation targets, the Antillean manatee, commercial fish species and nesting bird colonies, while also developing and implementing a monitoring protocol for sharks and rays in Corozal Bay that will bring us to 100% of our species conservation targets being fully managed by April 2025. Objective 2 is to strengthen the management and sustainability of the traditional beach trout fishery in Corozal Bay, guided by a fully implemented sustainable fishery plan by March 2024. This will be achieved through the full implementation of the Sustainable Fishery Plan and an associated monitoring framework that will generate data to inform adaptive management, increase the sustainability of the traditional fishery, and therefore safeguard the traditional livelihoods of CBWS stakeholders beyond the short term. Finally, Objective 3 is to improve SACD's financial sustainability through investments in our business arm, tour operator, and Corozal Bay tourism stakeholders' capacity by 2025. This is to be achieved through the strengthening of our existing financial sustainability mechanism of expedition group hosting for international student groups that not only generates critical revenue to support MPA management, but also creates direct employment opportunities for some of our low-income and disadvantaged stakeholders. With our specific objectives achieved, risks avoided, and assumptions met, we will achieve an improved management effectiveness score that, as mentioned before, will provide a reliable and standardized metric to evaluate the success of this project by capturing aspects of each objective: enforcement and monitoring, sustainable livelihoods, and financial security, all of which will contribute towards our goal of protecting and safeguarding biodiversity and traditional livelihoods in Corozal Bay beyond 2030. The long-term sustainability of this project has been incorporated into its fundamental design. By investing in our tourism infrastructure and stakeholder capacity, this project will strengthen an existing financial sustainability mechanism that will support ongoing protected area management strategies in Corozal Bay and outlast the project duration. Last, but by no means least, we will continue to ensure that lessons learned through the development and implementation of this project are shared throughout the network of protected areas in Belize. We thank you very much for your time and consideration, and and we look forward to hearing from you soon.